I'd like to share with you a book review of this new book called Get Seen, Online Video Secrets to Building Your Business by Steve Garfield. Steve is a video producer and teacher in the Boston area. He's a college professor. And this book is a guidebook chock full of interesting and useful tips for making video to put on the web. You know, Steve is a person who likes to give away gifts. Every day he gives away gifts, but not physical gifts. He gives away gifts of knowledge and skill, so that people have a greater voice in their life. And he focuses on the skill of shooting video and putting it on the web. What I like about this book is that it is so practical. The way that he explains that you don't even need a camcorder to make video to put on the web. You can start doing some screencasting. And you can shoot video with your digital camera. So many people don't realize that right within their digital camera is video shooting capabilities. And then he talks about different video editing programs. One thing I like is that he gives this really excellent tip that if your camcorder doesn't have a microphone input jack, you can record excellent quality audio separately using a device called the Zoom H4n Handy Portable Digital Recorder. It's not an inexpensive device, but it produces very, very good quality audio that you could bring into a video editing program and have top-notch audio in your video. I teach video around town at different places. I teach the skills in this book, and I found just about every other page was something that I didn't know. There's a lot to know in the field of putting video on the web. Lots of little tips and tricks. One thing I like over here, right at the end of the introduction, he gives this little tip. When you watch a video on the web, leave a comment. You never know where it might lead. And that is absolutely true, especially on YouTube. If you leave a comment on somebody's video, they might subscribe to your videos. You might potentially have a lifelong new friend. All sorts of things are possible. So get yourself a YouTube account if you don't have one, because you don't have to be a video producer to participate in YouTube. You can just leave comments, supportive comments or constructive criticism. I bookmarked a couple of things in here. Over here, I love the section where he's talking about how to do video interviews over the internet. He talks about how to use Skype with Call Recorder, and then he also talks about a website called Wetoku, W-E-T-O-K-U. Very interesting. I bet this book took a ton of time to write. Probably 500 to 1,000 hours, and then he gives it to you. You can buy it for like $16 on Amazon.com, but I consider this book a gift. It's just so much packed into one book. I can hardly think of anything that could improve it. One thing that could be kind of cool is if there was a little bit more coverage of Linux video editors, like KDE and Live. KDE and Live, they call it. It's the up-and-coming video editor on Linux. A little bit like Final Cut, but not quite that much. But it's a very cool program, and there's generating excitement in the Linux field. And it might have been nice to have a little more Windows stuff in here. Like PowerLink CyberDirector is this one program that I'm taking a look at that lets you burn Blu-ray discs. It costs less than $100, and it seems like a pretty cool program. So anyway, I can highly recommend this book. It is well done, and in terms of audience, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily to a total beginner, but if you have some computer skills and you want to get into video on the web and video production at all, this is an excellent starting point. And if you already have some skills, if you already teach this kind of stuff, you're going to learn something new in this book. Even using Blogger.com is posted in here. How to use FeedBurner. All sorts of really neat stuff. So, highly recommended. Get Seen, Online Video Secrets to Building Your Business.